Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the boombar right here on your Boom Radio NG. And I bid you one more welcome this beautiful, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. Today promises to be a very interesting one. We're going to be talking about quite a number of things like there's so much gist to talk about today. The courts are really busy. The courts are very busy. From nullifying local government elections to Nnamdi Kanu's drama in court to different things that we're going to be talking about. A few people are back in Nigeria again, Libya, the usual Libya people that we're going to be talking about. The Senate is really passing a lot of interesting bills, and not just only that, there seems to be a little bit of drama, if we have time, that happened in the Senate that we're going to be talking about. And also football, please, what happened yesterday definitely was raining goals. We're going to be talking about that definitely today. And also CAF has officially released and unveiled the final shortlist for the 2025 awards. So that and a lot of other things and a host of other things we're going to be talking about today at the bar. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with us today. I am here in the studio with Shala Rogers and Just Fola.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Sorry, I need you to move in. Thank you very much.
Jesus Christ. Some people just need to make up their mind, child.
And now moving. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Whoever says Happy Wednesday?
You just said
me.
it.
I just said it. What, Miss Dolu? Why are you always trying to?
She has the manual for what can
be
said and
what's
not
wrong
said.
with saying Happy Wednesday?
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just that whoever says Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Fola
I'm saying
does.
it for the first time. Happy Wednesday. If that's the first time you're hearing it, you heard it here first. Happy Wednesday to all.
Doesn't it just sound off? Anyway,
It's only you that it will sound off.
but it does. But it actually
To
does.
you.
It's like saying Happy Thursday. What
I
is
remember-
Thursday that's happy?
I
Happy
remember
day.
if we
Every
go
day should be a happy day.
if we go dig some old boombar videos.
Yeah.
I remember when Dolupo used to boss people that say Happy New Month.
Ooh.
I still don't
You
like
get-
the idea of it. I think
Why?
that
If
because
dig-
of the
if we
because
dig-
of the show now and at
If
times
we
you
dig-
just greet
if we
people,
dig recent
but I
videos,
still don't like it.
You just say, oh, Happy New Month, Happy New Week. I'm like,
I still don't like
So
it.
don't worry.
Why?
Why do I? Everybody has a calendar. Why do I have to remind you?
I mean, like,
I don't need reminders.
it's
That
just
it's a new
I
month.
can understand that.
Fola,
but
don't
it's
worry.
just a
Don't
greeting.
worry. She'll come around. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
She's a slow starter like that. A bit of a slow starter.
Wow. Anyway,
Especially when there's so much amala involved. So
Ooh, we're
Yeah.
taking it there this morning again.
jealousy.
I'll be this
This
afternoon.
jealousy. I don't
amala and
understand.
goat meat.
You might not even understand people, but don't worry. It's usual. It's normal.
It's
at this
inside.
point.
It's inside joke.
It's
Don't worry.
inside.
It's
It's
inside.
not a joke, but we get it. Anyway, let's start today from the Senate. The amount of drama that happened in the Senate yesterday, and we can actually say that from a perspective, it was actually good drama, and also you say that another perspective, some of it was pretty much unnecessary. Now, first things first is the one that is actually very interesting. There was a conversation about the increment of penalty when it comes to defiling a minor. So what the Senate is trying to do at the moment is try to upgrade the Criminal Code Act. And so there are a lot of things that are trying to, and I know that we had said it here a lot of our laws are outdated and they need to, so one of the conversations was about defiling of a minor. One thing that I think that I appreciate that they did was not about, because a lot of also our laws are also kind of centered around women when it comes to things like rape, when it comes to defilement and all that. But now they're making it very inclusive and saying that if it's a woman that defiled a boy or it's a man that defiled, it's anybody at this point. So I think makes sense. However, the conversation started and someone had raised the motion that they should increase it to 20 years.
Senator Adams
Minimum.
Oshomole
Minimum
was the one
without,
that raised that motion.
without a without option of fine, which at that point made sense. However, another senator came up and said no, that it should be life imprisonment.
I like that, senator.
And I think it was seconded as well. So at this point in time, I think that barring any conversation from maybe there needs to be concurrence with the Green Chambers, that's the House of Representatives, and maybe an assent from the president, is looking like going forward. Y'all animals, I think at this point it's even derogatory to call people like that animals. It's derogatory of the animal to call them animals. People like that will now receive life imprisonment without the option of a fine.
We need to commend the Senate for taking this bold step. The fact that they're trying to update a lot of our laws. I like the part where Dolupo pointed out the wordings of some of those laws where it's specific. A man, like, look, it could be a man or a woman in this context. And
yeah.
So, but, also expanding that. We need to bring things to the global stage, and that's what the senator. I is an old senator from the north that changed.
I think it's Adamu Aliero.
Yeah, very experienced senator that said, look, globally in a lot of countries, it's a life
even the capital
sentence
punishment
and all of that,
yeah.
Even beyond that, So I like that, but we need to bring our laws. I know that edicts, that's laws passed by the states, as somewhat different at times, but it shouldn't be in cases like this, because in some states in Nigeria,
y'all gonna get castrated.
It's castration. In some states in Nigeria, they already have very steep laws. You get. So again, how do you not determine which is a federal offense and a state offense? Which one takes precedent? But if we can bring everything in sync, then we can now say in the whole of Nigeria, any predator, any sexual predator
is a federal
that is caught gets punished by this law, by the federal law. I think that's where we should be aiming next. Yeah, but this is a good thing.
Yeah, but before we even get to that point, I also would have expected, watching that video, is I think there's another conversation, maybe now ties into harmonizing state laws, is now the definition of who's a minor. I think it's also a very important conversation that needs to be had.
Well, there's something that I'm not gonna lie, I was basically trying to gloss over, but this is the bar, and we also prefer solutions. We were talking about, the guys that were told to get married within 60 days.
Yeah.
There's an update on that, though. I don't know when Dolupo will bring it up, but I'm just saying that there are laws that are obtainable in the southern part of Nigeria that are not in the north.
They're not.
Exactly.
Not, yes.
So
exactly.
again, there's also the cultural and traditional differences.
Exactly. That's my issue. Like, that's where
So
I tie into
it's
the
something
fact
that I wanted to
everything
just gloss
needs to
over
be
and say,
harmonized.
let's hope that the Senate and the House of Reps would look deeply into it, because in saying this, there are some laws that we need to change. Like, for instance, the legal age for thank you.
Yeah, that conversation.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, that conversation of who's
Thank
a
you.
minor is now really important.
You
for you
also
to uphold this law.
you also look at how funny it is. I still keep wondering how an 18-year-old, can vote. You get, but the legal age for certain things is below 18.
Yeah, I think
Then
as low as 12
at a certain for some things again. Oh, you can drink alcohol at this age, but you can't. So you start to wonder, like, okay, some of these laws maybe they were just passed like that, but now we need to harmonize.
Yeah.
And have a standard to say this is a minor.
Yeah.
This is a child.
Yeah, according to the laws of Nigeria, this
a young adult.
Yes. It's very, very important.
So what age do you think would be the most appropriate to regard as a minor? Would it be any age below 18? Because
so what they've done, but carry on.
I was thinking, because I wouldn't say the thought process of an 18-year-old is that far off of someone that is 20, 21, 22. So I would say the standard age for me personally would be any age below from 20 downwards.
Okay.
I think 18
So
18 is still pretty young.
there's an existing law
Mm-hmm.
that says that if an older person, anybody that's above 18, has any form of sexual, relationship or whatever
Yeah.
with someone that is 18 and below,
Mm-hmm.
it's statutory
It's
rape.
statutory rape,
That's
whether
rape.
you like it or not,
That's rape.
whether it's
You get
Mhm.
now. We've seen 18-year-olds get married.
Yep.
You get.
Where's the statutory rape in that?
You understand? We've seen 18-year-olds get married. So I tore your line also in increasing that number to even maybe 21.
Mm-hmm.
To say at 21, then we can maybe just say, yeah, you're allowed to get married, you're allowed to do all of this and all of that. But any person below 21,
Yeah.
because in some instances, the global standard, they're not obtainable in Nigeria. Nigeria, do you know that we still call people boy and girl in their 20s?
Yes. So I would say that I get your point where when it comes to Nigerian context, an 18-year-old is not an adult. Like, take for example, in some places around the world, once you're 18, you
16.
I'm not saying once you're 18, you can get your own apartment, you can do all those
Yeah.
things.
At 16, in some countries, you can drive
Yeah.
legally.
Yeah.
No, not even driving. I'm saying that as much when it comes to being an adult, like
Like
a
a proper,
full,
full
you can
yeah.
apply for an apartment. You can, do you understand? You get a job. How many 18-year-olds in Nigeria?
Nigeria
So
have
I
their own
get your
apartment,
point.
yeah.
However, when you look at in places like Nigeria, where when it comes to things like age, there is a very huge separation from the south and the north. There are a lot of things. There is a very, very huge gap when it comes to some of those things. So I would say that maybe 21, if we look at all that and in trying to harmonize it, I think that 21 is a lot. We see 12-year-olds get married in the north and nobody frowns at it.
That's where the
That's
problem
that's
starts.
what I'm saying. So I would say that for us to make, maybe even with culturally and all that, maybe we should get to maybe between 16 and 18. That way, at least to a large extent, like now in Nigeria, a typical 16-year-old, or would I say most 16-year-olds, if you're not out of secondary school year, they are almost out of secondary school year. At least there is a level of awareness that a 16 to 18-year-old has that a 12-year-old doesn't. So for the sake of a lot of things being put together, I think that 21 is a far reach. It's a lot. But
I don't think it's something we should just, because it's opinions that we're just banding. But I've looked at recent stories of people who got married early, and most times it doesn't end well.
yeah.
Most times it doesn't. There's a very popular one, an 18-year-old actor. I'm not going to mention names. And if you look deeply into that case, allegations of drug abuse, domestic violence,
it's all
everything,
over the
you
internet
look
now.
and say this was an 18-year-old child.
Yeah.
My opinion, and that's why I'm not even mentioning
And
names.
some
you
people,
get.
it worked out okay for some people.
Some
but
people
what's
it
the
did,
percentage?
but if you look at it, there are more people who fall into that category that eventually do.
Even the people that it worked out for, I've spoken to one or two people that got married like really early like that. Even though it ended up working out, they still had their own struggles for a long time before they could finally find their footing and all that. Because really and truly, when I hear those stories, I'm like, at age 18, where was I? I was in uni. I'm not even taking care of myself.
Life is
Right?
life is in stages.
What?
Yeah.
One of my favorite artists, although they tried to tarnish his image, made a song and said, "Have you seen my childhood?" Like his childhood was missing. Do you understand why? Because at the age of 4 or 5, he was already working. Michael Jackson was already working. 5, 6, 7, 8. He worked all through his life. While he used to envy little kids who were allowed to play in the mud while he was working, writing songs and performing. Do you get? So, life is in stages. About 2 or 3 days ago, the news broke of a young girl in the northern part of Nigeria that is said to have killed herself. This was a day or two ago because of this same early marriage story.
Yeah.
This is a story that's out there. So I'm not here to knock anybody's culture or tradition. I'm just saying that in the world that we live in today,
let's move forward.
Yeah,
we can't just
because
be in
there's no way you're going to tell me, because when people say it's consenting adults that are allowed to mate or whatever, there's no way you're going to tell me 17 or 18-year-old is a consent. To me, in my own opinion, this is my opinion, and that's why when you said 20, I raised you by one. I like 20. I like 21. I don't think that I will ever get comfortable with. Just picture two teenagers, 18 and 19, getting married.
I think also
two children
with the age being 21. I think they will have experienced more of life.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, I get your point. I'm just looking at it from the angle where at least we reach a middle ground. That's it.
Yeah. So
if we're coming from 12 and Sharasad, that's where I'm coming from. But I hope that these are conversations that even the Senate looks into at this point. Before they pass this law, so those are fine, because at times those are things that now end up going to court, and now the court now has to determine. But if those things are spelt out straight out from like the way they have now spelt it out, like whether a man or a woman, those finer details, if they're spelt out, it just works.
Before we move away, I just want to drop this last one. Even science and biology frowns at it.
Yeah.
If you look at the I think it's a VVF.
Yeah, it's prevalent in the north because there's so many children giving birth.
Beyond the north, the age. Why
is it? Because these child marriages and.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So even science shows you, and biology also tells you that it's not right.
It's not. It's definitely not. Now, before we leave all that matter, now there was a bit of an issue that there's a video that has been going round all over social media, which involved this Senate President, Senator Natasha Akpoti, and Senator Adams Oshiomhole, and this was when they were having all these conversations. So apparently there was one of the conversations was about abortion, and I think the conversation was about how people that provide medication for, like, basically abortion pills, that they should also be jailed and all that. I don't know, but there was a lot of conversation back and forth, and so the Senate had said, you know what, we're returning this matter back to the committee on it, let them deliberate and have final details, and then bring it back to the House. And so apparently in the National Assembly, once the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Representatives has declared a matter and the gavel has been dropped on that matter, you move on from it. Senator Natasha Akpoti decided to talk about it again and put up a hand and said she wanted to talk about something. Then Senator, which I feel that at this point maybe the Senate President is just trying to be careful so that it doesn't look like, okay, he's trying to silence her again.
Wait, she was the one that proposed that people selling
No, it was a conversation around it, but there
didn't say anything.
There was a lot of back and forth. So the Senate President had agreed that, you know what, instead of all this back and forth, anybody that has an issue to talk about it, go back to the committee and then let the committee harmonize everybody's thoughts and then come back to the House to present the matter. So she didn't say anything. Then the gavel dropped, and then she now said, she wanted to talk about it. And then it's a funny statement that she made, which I think I've heard it a few times. I'm a woman, I deserve to talk. I'm like, okay, are we in the House because you're a woman, and this is just me personally, are you in the House because you're a woman, or you're in the House because you're a senator? Do you hear the men stand up and say,
I think
I think it's unnecessary.
I wouldn't presume to know what she was thinking, but I think in that context is because she's a woman experiencing the thing that they're about to pass. It affects her too.
I get your point. What the point is that there is now still an avenue for you to say those things. You don't just have to say it in the House at the moment. Like, go back to the committee, and the Senate President was going to allow her to speak, and then Senator Adams Oshiomhole had to shut it down and said that, you know what, it's the House rules. if you give her an exemption, then you have to give everybody an exemption, and then the whole place becomes rowdy. So now, and this is not the first or second, this is about third or fourth time that she basically flouts the house rules. So in my head, I'm like, okay, mommy ma, you see that you don't know the house rules? Isn't it time for you to actually read these things? Because really, it's becoming a tad bit embarrassing at this point.
You know, for me, we need structures, we need laws, we need the rule of law, we need things in place to create checks, or else it's just going to be chaos. If you decide to contest and become a senator, then it is on you. That means you are saying, I want to do what you people do. I'll follow the rules. Now, it doesn't stop you from having your opinions, but have them within the rules.
Yeah.
And I think she is doing this deliberately. That's what I feel, because it's becoming rampant.
Yeah, it's becoming a law, like, really.
Just like when the law says whatever seat you are assigned is where you sit, and you start to fight it, and it starts to become, and okay, if you want to fight it, this is how you fight it, but you raise your voice, you shout, put out videos, then go on a media tour, everything against the rule. But the rule is there. Now you can actually now have a say from within. All you had to do was, during the time that this thing was up for discussion, raise your hands, stand up, talk. But I've seen people say, oh, they're just trying to shut it down again. People always talk out of sentiments and emotions without looking at the existing rules of the house. And I think she needs to stop it, because it's going to get to a point where she will get clamped down again, and everybody will start to make noise.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, she would not achieve anything in 4 years if she's going to always go against the rules of the house.
Yup. And just before we leave that matter, the Senate has also passed a bill to establish Nigerian Mines Rangers Service. So basically what they're just supposed to be is police for the mines. Basically, that's what it is now. So that will now be passed to the president.
I'm wondering why the thing is taking so long. We've been on this matter for almost 2 years. You know, the earlier they do those things, the better. They already started the one for the forests and all of that. You know, they just need to step it up. And again, that means you are stepping up on security and also creating jobs. And also making sure that income goes to the right. So it's a win-win for Nigeria as a country.
So let's stop delaying those things. Just wanted to put this out there. Nigeria has recorded a decline in fertility, but there's an improvement in child survival. And why this is very interesting is that just yesterday, Italy also talked about how there's a decline in their fertility, basically the lowest they've ever seen, ever. Like, okay, is this now becoming like a worldwide? People are not burning anymore.
You saying something?
Yeah, I think it was also, I saw a news as well in one of the Asian countries. I'm not sure. I think it's China or Japan or something. Yeah, that the women are refusing. They are it's not the fertility rate as reduced. They are refusing to mate with the men, and I think that's more of a problem on the the character of the men in the country. So I think it is definitely a worldwide trend.
If you follow Elon Musk on X, you will see him always tweet about it, post about how, you know, there's this global decline in fertility rate and childbearing and all of that. And I used to post, that one not reach Africa, it not reach Nigeria.
At this point.
But the only reason why you would say it's getting to this place now is that the Japanese women are in sync with the Nigerian women. You get, but there is no official statement to that effect yet. You see, the Nigerian women, they have a way of, you know.
What?
Mr. Sola, please elaborate.
I think that for Nigeria, I'm not sure that people are.
They're Nigerian women.
I don't think that a lot of people are choosing not to bear children. I think in Nigeria's case, my own opinion is that people are not bearing as much as they used to be. Before it was normal to have 4, 5, 6, 7 children in one household. Now it's now normal to have 1, 2.
Yeah.
So it's not like as
not
if
smiling
they're not
on more than
having
2
children. But if we look at it, there obviously is going to be a decline in that number. If so, basically, I think that's what I think.
All this decline that they are saying, our population is increasing more than any African country.
So I still give him
where did
birth.
they get these numbers? Because
No, but I know the truth is that whether we like it or not, even if we don't have numbers, we know that people are not bearing children as much as they used to.
You know, I don't agree with her, and I totally follow your line of questioning. Where do we get these numbers? Until there is an official census. Everything you see is based on conjecture. Is based
Okay,
on
can I ask a very? Let me just do
there.
a random.
Because
test.
Dolupo's, I'm coming. Your submission is elitist. The way you talk about people having 1 or 2 children is the elite. I know people who have 5, 6, 7 children in this country.
Yes. However, even those elites then used to have 5, 6, 7 children.
But I'm saying that the people who are not elite are doing more and covering for that. I'm telling you.
I don't think
Facts.
so. I don't think so.
You don't have
let's
to.
be here.
You don't have to.
Right here.
Just
take for example.
Just go to OP Junction.
Wait, hold on.
Go to OP Junction there and look at all those children running around without any father.
Take for example.
I can back you on
how
that.
many siblings do you have?
I have 5.
You have 5 siblings.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have children. How many do you have?
2.
Okay. Now, how many siblings do you have?
2.
You have 2 siblings, so you're 3. If you can think back, your grandparents, how many from your dad's side?
Oh, my dad's side had like 7, 8 kids.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
All these people fall into that
I don't
elitist
have
category.
children yet. I have 2 siblings. Yeah. If I look at it from my mom's side, there are 10 official. 10 officials.
Official meaning
official.
there might be.
No, not might. They are.
Oh.
They are might.
Okay.
Do you understand? From my dad's side, there were 2 surviving ones, but there were 11 of them. So do you?
I like to get a word in.
Do you get my
because
point?
I know that we're dwelling on this and there's so many to talk about. When you're done, I'd like to get a word
So
in.
that I'm just trying to that's just a little bit of poll, right?
Your
here.
poll are centered solely around elite people. I had a driver, Chocho, God rest his soul, who had 2 wives that were pregnant at the same time. It was my driver. Now me, they pay him. So there was a day I actually wanted to meet his mom. He said his mom had come in from the village and she was coming to see me. I said, no, I will go see her. And that's when I saw he lived in a 1-room apartment in Itire, Ikate, in Surulere. 1 guy, 2 wives, his mother, and 4 kids. And he was expecting 2. That's 6 from 1 guy. I'm saying that, you see, you're only looking at it from your own world. And I know for a fact, this is no jokes, because, you know, I joke a lot, I play a lot. For the so-called elite that are having fewer children, their staff, their drivers, their gate men are not holding back. They are not forget that my driver is just 1. I know a Megad that has 2 wives. 2.
I have a question though.
And he has children.
Just one question. One question.
What's the question?
How did he, in 1 room,
Don't worry about
2
it.
different women?
Don't worry about it.
You see, and those are the real issues. Do you understand?
How y'all do
this
that?
same guy has a girlfriend. Oh, sorry, had a girlfriend.
We're moving on.
I think there should be. You can't even say what's the recommendation for this one.
So
Keep it in your pants.
let's be clear that back to what you said. All these numbers are some random sampling and polls.
But it's
it
not
will
general.
never be, solid, because even the census is not 100% until we have an official census that now tells us for real that there are actually 200 million Nigerians. If you Google, they'll tell you, Lagos is 16 million. Some places they'll tell you Lagos is 28 million. And all of them are putting it out as facts.
Anyway, let's quickly move on from that. Now, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has announced that they received about another 147 stranded Nigerians from Libya. Now, my only question is, how many Nigerians are really in Libya? When are you people leaving that country? Can we stop this drama, this thing that we keep doing?
Look, we are really lucky and blessed to have the level of education that we have and kind of network that we have. I remember many years ago, back in Surulere, someone had the map of how to get to Europe by road.
Wait.
What?
Someone had the map.
Yeah, and of course, he bought it from someone who had gone along that route, then came back home by air a few years after. And what they do, they have like 3 different places that they go through.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, eventually when they get to maybe Algeria or Morocco, they have to cross.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a place called Tamaset, and they have to cross. It's a very short trip by water, but it's very dangerous because they don't use proper boats. You get? And this thing that I'm telling you was back in 1991. What I'm telling you now was back in 1991, 92. Where do you think they are now? So Libya has never really been the destination. It is for some people.
Always been
it's a transit camp for them. You know, the ones that want to go through that route to get to northern Africa. Some go through Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and all of that. You know, there are different routes that they take. You know, at the end of the day, they're all in search of the golden fleece. They're looking for where the grass is greener than Nigeria. That's what they are looking for.
Just don't die in the process.
when Muammar Gaddafi was president, Libya was actually a destination for all Nigerians because they paid better. I know footballers that would break their legs just to get to play in Libya because they were being paid in dollars and they were better paid than their Nigerian colleagues in the league. You get, but of course the country is in turmoil now. They have 2 presidents. Yeah. All sorts of things are happening there. You get, so we need to fix our country. This is the truth.
Yep. Anyway, so just moving on from that quickly. ASUU has decided to suspend their 2-week warning strike. They're saying that they're giving the federal government 1 month to deliberate, and then they will have a conversation. So they're saying that they're going to use this 1 month to deliberate with the federal government. I'm not sure it's something we want to dwell on. Good luck to ASUU at this point. So
the terrible thing about their 2-week strike is that it's not up to a month, so you're still going to pay them.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
So you will still pay them.
Quite smart.
That was a smart move.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But I'm hoping for the day where the government is able to hands off. And I'm sorry, this is going to affect a lot of people. Hands off tertiary education. Yeah. Because these strikes are targeted at government-owned schools.
Yeah.
And they form the bulk of our tertiary institutions.
Yeah.
So when government finds a way to hands off to a large extent,
there's no.
Let's see who's going to go on strike and how they are going to be successful with it.
About it, Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State has now approved a 70% salary increase for all Kaduna tertiary institutions. At this point, so their polytechnics, the university, the colleges of education and all that, is 70% increase in their salaries. Also, Cross River State has now shut down 36 illegal schools, and with this cuts across primary schools, secondary schools. They're saying a lot of these schools were running without proper registration, and
it's easy to believe that the illegal schools exist, because just spend 30 minutes on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Spend 45 minutes on X, and you see people
with no common sense.
They are the loudest, and they can't even string one sentence together. I saw someone spell. It was referring to someone as someone that denied that something happens, and spelled it as denier.
So you don't wonder.
Like, which word is this person trying to use? But he kept on writing it. I was like, oh, someone that denies something is a denier.
You know, the funny thing for me is the confidence. Is the confidence for me.
So yeah,
like, what the hell are you?
This is a practice that should be done pan Nigeria.
Yeah,
should be done everywhere. Local government, they're under your watch too. State government, they're under your watch. Please help us.
And quickly, a little bit of update from INEC. Imo and Lagos State is leading as about 8 million Nigerians begin voter registration. And I think this is really very important. Everybody needs to. I watched a video former governor of Lagos State, I think during the APC Congress or something that he did in Lagos State, where he was saying that there's a conversation that needs to be had, how voter registration increases. However, when it comes to voting, it's dropping, it's even reducing, it's more than. So what's the point of registering for voting and still don't vote?
Yeah, voter apathy is a thing.
Yeah.
It's a global trend actually, but it's getting worse in
Yeah,
Nigeria
it
because
is.
more and more people don't feel the need to vote.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Anyway, let's move on quickly and let's go to the courts. Wait, sorry, before we go to go, let's just breeze through a few things because there are quite a number of things that I just want to breeze through. Naira is holding below 1,500 Naira to $1 in the unofficial market. I think it has been doing that in the official market for a couple of weeks now. So it's safe to say that the Naira is in a good stead. It seems to have been in a couple of weeks. Also, the NNPCL has recorded 4.2 trillion Naira revenue in the month of August, and they remitted about 10 trillion Naira to the Federation account.
This was not happening before. You know, in the days of subsidy, every money that the NNPC made, now NNPCL, was used to pay for subsidy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
more money into Nigeria's coffers. Hopefully, it will get to the people.
It will translate to other good things. Now let's go on to the court, as there are quite a number of things. One very interesting thing that I got a lot of people talking today is Nnamdi Kanu's matter. Now the defense in his matter opened courts today, and we know that one of the issues was, I think he even sacked some of his lawyers, if not all. But the one that has got a lot of people talking is witness list. I think it's according to him, there are about a total of 23 witnesses, which he says has been divided into two categories. He said the first category are ordinary but material witnesses, and he also now says that the second category are vital and compellable and will be summoned under section 232 of the Evidence Act. So apparently you can actually be subpoenaed whether you like it or not. You can be a witness in anybody's case.
It's still very arguable for some of those individuals.
Yeah,
But let's see how it
so
goes.
but now the conversation is some of those individuals actually. Now, some of those individuals are state governors. For example, the governor of Lagos State and the governor of Imo State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Hope Uzodinma, are on this list. The minister of the FCT is on this list. The former defense minister, former minister of defense, General Theophilus Danjuma, retired. And if I'm correct, that was like minister of defense, like God knows when. Is also on this list. The former chief of staff, chief of army staff, General Tukur Buratai, is on this list as well. The current minister of works, Dave Umahi, is on this list. The immediate past governor of Abia State is on this list. The immediate past minister of justice, Abubakar Malami, is on this list. The past director general of the Nigeria Intelligence Agency, the former DSS chief too, is on this list as well. So there are quite a number of very interesting people on this list, and I wonder, like, okay, what's Lagos and Imo State governors' business with?
So it's either that Nnamdi Kanu is a genius, a legal mind, even if he's not a lawyer, or it's just a whole load of bunkum. I don't know what it is, but it could be onto something by getting these people into the witness stand. Maybe that's what he wants to achieve, that is able to, examine, because he's not going to, he gets his lawyers to examine them and extract certain statements that will put him in good stead.
Yeah.
Because he has been referred to as performing terrorist acts. You get, it's part of the charges against him. The body that he heads, is proscribed by Nigeria officially. But he said one thing over and over again, that he reserves the right to fight for his people. You did. To say, look, we want self-actualization, self-governance and everything. My fear for him is that if he had kept it at that, you cannot fault a man that says, I don't want to be a part of your country. I want my people and me to leave. and we will do what we can within the law. And that's my problem with him. That's my fear for him, that there are too many videos out there, there are too many videos out there that are like evidence against him. The things that is said, and except he's going to say he said it under duress or he was not in the best state of mind.
Or it was, what's the word? Content creator.
So
yeah, somebody actually did say it.
But that person has been jailed.
I'm just saying
that
was someone's defense.
Exactly, and the defense did not hold water.
But at least it was someone's defense.
But it didn't hold water. Do you understand? The bottom line is that it did not hold water. Now, a lot of lies have been peddled, and the problem that people are making is that they're just making it more difficult for Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
Now, yes, he did get a judgment at a court, but 2 higher courts, the appellate court and the Supreme Court, I said, you have a case to answer. They tried to file for a no case submission. This same court said, nope, you have a case to answer. And that's why it was dumb for anybody to say they were protesting, because the courts have already made. You think you protest, the court will now say, because of this protest, though, he doesn't have a case to answer anymore. Even the political solution that the elites seek cannot be done until the man has been sentenced. You cannot pardon a man that has not been sentenced.
Or except the federal government says, go to the court and say, we're dropping all these charges. If
federal government drops charges against him, it will be one of the worst precedents that anybody can do, because what that basically means is that you cannot bring any similar case again, and people will only cite this case to say, if you can drop the case for this person, you can always drop it for that person. So no government wants to be in that position. So the best he can do is to open his defense, which he has now finally done. And him opening a defense after some people try to organize protests for him is just like egg on the face of the people who organized the protest. You're saying, they should free him, and the man is saying, let me defend myself. Do you see the contradiction in all of that? So there's no synchronization in their team, except those people worked without his knowledge. Maybe that's the case, but now he has to defend himself. When you call witnesses, they're supposed to be either adding value to you by establishing your character as someone who is impeccable and who should be let off the hook, or by establishing a parallel to say, okay, these people too, I've brought them in to show that what I've done, they have done. So if you are letting them go free, if they are governors today and whatever, I should go free. So let's see what this drama will be. Let's
see what the drama will be, yeah? Anyway, just wanted to also quickly breeze through. The court has rejected alleged terrorist negotiator Mamu's third bail application. At this point, it's obvious that the court is not letting you go, so just stay. They're still saying that he's a flight risk and they're not releasing him whether he likes it or not.
Interesting. But is allowed by law, to do everything he has done.
Yeah, I think so. Also, the court has sacked the Teen Ebonyi Council chairman, nullifying local government elections. So what the court is saying, that they were not supposed to go ahead with those elections in the first place. And when I saw the story, I was like, okay, I thought we're done with all this local government drama back and forth.
No, we're not. There's still a lot of drama in Osun State, and now Ebonyi, of course, is on that list also. Only Rivers and which other one has been resolved because they had to go back and do the things by the law.
Yeah, so that is it. Also, the court has said October 31st for judgment on PDP convention suit. So it looks like the PDP is really dealing with a lot of issues now. They can't even go ahead with a convention because there's a court case.
Yeah, and again, the allegations of forgery of
and
the
all
secretary's
that.
signature.
It's very, very, very interesting on that note. Anyway, let's move on quickly and let's go. I think we have about 15 minutes more, so I think that might be enough to maybe break down a few of our sports stories. So, the elephant in the room that a lot of people have got to talk about between yesterday or last night and today is, can somebody please explain to me what happened in the Champions League yesterday?
I don't know.
Let's start from London, where after depriving people of the kind of water that they should have.
You see that it worked?
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do
that cold
really?
water.
It's
it
cold water that
within 13 minutes.
Wow.
You see that 13 minutes
You're
space
going
that
to
they
do
used to
that.
score
You're
3
going to do
goals.
that. You're going to say that
They
it's-
needed
it's
hot water that
It's
period.
cold water that.
So
They needed
Don't
hot
do
water
that.
that
all
period.
those
that.
underhand tactics by the great
It really worked.
Ateta.
It really worked.
I
It
don't
has worked.
agree that not having water at a certain time will now be what will mess
But
up.
can you? When was the last time you saw Atletico lose 4-0?
Exactly.
But if you
When was the last time you saw Gyökeres score 2 goals?
Score 2
No.
goals.
Do you understand?
I ended up
All
going
of
back
this-
to
you
watch
see,
that
all-
game very well
Mhm.
early this morning. Atletico Madrid did not do anything.
They
Why?
can't. They
Why?
can't. They
Why?
can't.
They
When-
didn't bath with hot water.
We're not-
when you messed up
You're
their
not
day
doing that.
in
You're
the
not
bathroom,
doing that. Y'all are
you-
not
How
doing
would they
that.
play well?
You
You're
expect them to
not
sleep.
doing that. You're not
please
doing
let's
that.
talk about the more serious teams, the ones that decided to wreck people's careers. You
So,
know,
like you said, that game ended 4-0. And you will think that, okay, no, but before we even get to 4-0, it started with Barcelona.
6-1.
Because it was 6 where you're like, okay, yes, I get it, it's Olympiacos. But Kilo Shelegogon, like, what was it?
You have to show who you are.
Even
That's
Newcastle
why.
decided to come up and show out.
What was the
And,
Newcastle score?
3-0. And they decided to say,
their
Mario, you're old, man.
their goalkeeper also got an assist.
Really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
The Newcastle goalkeeper with a very long throw.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so it was an interesting one for them.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Marcus Rashford. You know,
Oh, yeah, he
Got
got
it.
a brace.
got a brace.
My boy.
My man wants to go to the World Cup.
There's
For
this
real.
guy that actually also what's his name? Fleming, yeah, he got he
Oh,
also
yeah.
he got hat trick on
That
that.
guy's name, Sha, but it's okay.
What? Anyway, the only game that I would say that didn't really do it was Kairat Paphos, but that one.
Those
Who
ones,
cares?
those,
Wow!
Who cares?
Wow!
you know,
Y'all are
with
just
a name,
saying.
with a name that sounds like antiseptic soap and puff puff. You know,
Carlos Paphos.
what were
Who
you
cares?
expecting? Like one sounds like pastry, the
cares?
other one sounds like soap.
Y'all are just mean. You
Kairat.
like y'all.
I
Puff,
think
puff.
the shock of the night was PSV Napoli.
Napoli, yes.
Napoli
And you know the
lost
funny thing is that I
6-2.
was following that game. Napoli actually had scored their first 2 goals first, and it was like, oh, okay, looks like Napoli are going to.
How
punch
Conte
this.
doesn't
And then
concede like
game
that.
over. Yeah, they got a red card, even though there
Yeah,
were
but
quite a
6.
number of red cards in
Yeah,
yesterday's game as
yesterday.
well. There was a red card. Olympiacos got a
PSG.
red card. PSG and Bayer
and
Leverkusen
Leverkusen.
also got a red card. Napoli got a red card
Puff,
as
Puff
well.
got a red
Oh my god! But you know what? PSV decided. You know what? This particular one, we're going to defeat you, and we did. They did it fantastically well.
6-2 is
It-
an insane
it's,
score.
it's amazing, yeah. Inter is another team that defeated Union Saint-Gilloise. Now, at the moment, after 3 games, Inter Milan and Arsenal are the only ones that have also not conceded any goal.
At
Yes,
least
so-
Inter have done their own by
Without-
allowing people
without-
having proper bats.
Yeah, without any.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
Wow,
it's
we're gonna do that.
untainted.
So I think that both of them right now are on a fantastic roll. Another one
It's
that
early days, or like they say, early doors. So-
no, I get it. I'm just saying that.
You know,
But
Arsenal
Inter
still have
is
Bayern to play.
yeah.
and their coach just got a new contract,
Yeah.
and they're taking their water from Germany.
They are taking their water from Germany. It's going to be hot.
I think that
It's gonna
at
be
the
hot.
moment now, if you look at maybe an Arsenal team, one of the most difficult things I would say teams would have an issue with is scoring.
Yeah. But
That-
Bayern have been one of the most high scoring teams in Europe this
Look,
season.
Yeah. Atletico Madrid just beat
Jokes apart,
Yeah, but
Jokes
Real
apart.
Madrid
Atletico.
5-1.
jokes
Oh.
apart, this Arsenal team is tight and it's playing good football
yeah.
and dirty football at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
Arsenal is like, okay, how do you want it? How do
You want
you
to
want it?
clean? Do you want to
Brigade?
rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you want it? You know, how you want your beating? You want plenty or you want small?
Atletico
Uh,
chose plenty.
Leverkusen decided to, I don't know what happened, but PSG decided to show us why they won the Champions League.
Last season.
It was, again, we know it's early days. Why I would say it's early days is if we look at the progression of last season, Liverpool finished top on the table with winning all their games. I think they even qualified. They were on top with 1 game left and all that. So, we now saw how they progress. They didn't really
Yeah, they didn't
progress
really go
well.
far.
So we can't say, but Bayer Leverkusen is not Kairat or Pafos. Sorry, but
Yeah,
do you understand?
PSG is PSG.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying that Bayer
Can
Leverkusen
we
is
move
not just
to
that
today's
game.
games?
So it was, but anyway, we saw that game yesterday. In fact, to imagine that Man City won 2-0, which I don't think
What
is
is
a
a
bad
Man
game.
City?
Yes, they
What
won.
is a Man City?
Yeah, they
again?
beat Man City. They beat Villarreal 2-0.
What is
but
a Man
nobody is
City?
even talking about it. That's the
Yeah,
amount of goals
it's
that
a-
were
Sorry,
scored.
what is a Man
Like
City?
2-0,
I don't know. I
which
actually
I think
don't.
is a fantastic win.
Have you heard
It's
of Man
not
City
even being
before?
talked
I only heard of
about.
Man U. It's only Man U I've heard.
Oh,
Like-
there's a team called Man U?
Like,
Oh,
how do you
God,
win
Mr.
2-0 and nobody's even talking about it?
There are no teams
First
in
off,
Manchester.
it's a standard. I think that's a match that City should be winning. Maybe I just said 2 goals. 2 goals was a shock, actually. They should be scoring more. But depend on the night, they were a lot
I still
of-
don't know what you
There
guys
were
are
lots
talking
of
about.
goals,
There were
honestly.
a
yeah.
lot of
Never
goals.
heard of Man
Anyway,
City or Man
we don't know
United.
if, well, let's see if today's goals as of yesterday, in just yesterday, I think it was a record-breaking one.
Yeah,
In
about
one
40
night, there were over 40 goals.
Yeah.
There were, I think, about 43 or 45 goals being scored in one night. We don't know if today's own is going to break that record. I don't see it happening, but, you know, it is football. We're going to be seeing Athletic Club playing Karabakh. We're going to be seeing Galatasaray play Bodo Glimt. I think that Gala should be able to win this one, coming from a win over Liverpool in their last game. I don't see why they shouldn't win this one.
Yeah.
Chelsea will be playing Ajax. I would have said that Chelsea should win this one, but it's
But
Chelsea.
It's Chelsea, yes.
Do you get anything?
There's so many clubs that
can-
are just like that.
They
this
can
season.
just be. Real Madrid is playing Juventus. I think it's one of the games that will be really interesting, even though Juventus has not been stepping up.
You would hope it will be interesting.
But
we'll
it's
see.
Real Madrid as well, so they still got clubbed a few days ago.
Bayern Club Bruges. That's where the goals are.
Yeah, we'll see that also. Liverpool needs to win this game against Frankfurt. Like after 4 games lost in a row,
But you people
They
didn't
need-
allow them fly on time.
Frankfurt, let's do it.
they need wow.
Do it
people
from the
that
beginning.
I hate watching.
I think this is the kind of game that Liverpool will use to relaunch
They
their season.
definitely
Yeah,
need to
but
at this
Frankfurt,
point. They
please
definitely
do it
need
for
to.
me.
Don't do anything for him, though.
They need to. Because at this
Liverpool
point,
should-
he's looking bad.
They
He's
should
looking
get,
really
they should
bad.
get something out of this.
They
though.
definitely need to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game because
Um,
Frankfurt are a good team.
Yeah, so Monaco and Tottenham will be playing as well. Atalanta, Slava
Boring.
Praha, Sporting and Marseille are also going to be playing. Like I said, I personally don't think that these games will be as interesting as
I
what
like
we
Yeah.
saw
to,
yesterday.
I like to watch Sporting Marseille. Sha. These are 2 teams that I follow.
So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen today. But also, CAF has decided to release a final short list of their 2025 awards, and one of the ones that are actually getting a lot of people talking is. And so, first things first. For the 3rd time in 3 years, Victor Osimhen is back on this short list again. But on that short list has Mohamed Salah, has Dennis Bouanga, has Ashraf Hakimi, you know, and has quite a number of people. But really and truly, I don't think anybody did as much as Mohamed Salah. I'm sorry.
It's definitely Salah.
If I'm allowed to vote, I'll vote Salah.
Yeah.
But you'll be shocked that Hakimi will get this one.
Because of the Champions League, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you
because
can't
of the
grant that.
Champions League. Yes.
He also performed very, very well. You can't deny that. But
Yeah, he won the Champions League, won their loan league, but
Yeah.
I feel
Salah
that
was
it's just
outstanding last
tilted.
season.
It's just tilted basically towards the fact that
He
he's
won the
Moroccan and it's in Morocco. I'm really just being. This is just me. Anyways, the Nigeria's Flamingos are going to be seeking redemption as they're going to be playing against France in the Under-17 Women's World Cup after their first thrashing against Canada.
They played very well against Canada until the Canadian coach pulled a coaching masterclass on Nigeria. The goals that they got, in the second half were by the substitutes that came in. I saw that game. I saw the entire 90-something minutes of that game, and if only the girls had converted when they were supposed to and all of that, and maybe if he had made some quick substitutions. Now, the French team is a very tough one. They already won their first game.
Yeah.
You get. So in this game, they can even afford to play a draw against Nigeria and still move forward. You get. So what it is this is actually going to be tougher than the Canadian game.
Canadian game, exactly. So we'll see where that would go. And before we go, La Liga has now cancelled the proposed Villarreal-Barcelona fixture that they're supposed to have played in Miami. A lot of, even the players have had a lot of things to say about this game, saying that it was disrupting a lot of things. We know that really when this people do these things, it's really just about the money at this point. But it's really disruptive. I don't think that a lot of these associations are now looking at the players' welfare at all at this point.
No, they don't care. It's just the money. That's why they are loading them with multiple competitions and barely give them a month to recoup and get back to business.
Yeah. So but anyway, it's looking like it's official that game has now been cancelled. So that's it for now. So on that note, that is all we'll be able to take on the boombar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the boombar. Do have a beautiful day ahead.
Peace.